because you talk about Schiphol, and I think that's interesting. I've actually written that down. You talk about Schiphol, and it's not just individuals who may change their particular stance, but then it's also plans for the nation that could change. But we can't run away from the fact that they're brought by people, and that to me it's not confusing. We have conversations over the last couple of days, and people say it's really confusing. Which way are we going? And for me, it's not confusing at all. For me, it's clear as day exactly what's happening here.
For me too, it is not confusing at all, but it depends on the direction. Our two directions may be different. For me too, it is not confusing. Why is it not confusing? I heard on Thursday last week, His Excellency the President invoking Maoist and Pol Potic terminology. He talked about the Great Leap Forward. The Great Leap Forward was the dictatorial policy and the effort of Mao Zedong, or Mao Zedong, as we called him when we were growing up, Mao Zedong, to transform China, to modernize China. And he didn't. It ended up just being one of the very worst experiments in dictatorship. That Pol Pot in Cambodia, with his agrarian revolution, began by talking about conversations. When the Khmer Rouge was getting into Phnom Penh, he was talking about a national conversation that was going to transform Cambodia, getting rid of everything that people had known, saying that this is the most consequential moment in Cambodia, and it didn't work. So I have to be extremely cautious and to recognize that there are always leaders who have got messianic illusions, and when they arrive, they cast themselves in the mold of messiahs who have been sent by God. And President William Ruto particularly has told us that he has been sent by God to transform this country. And that must make me extremely cautious, because like you, Ndu, I can see clearly that there have been such individuals who characterize themselves as saviors with divine ordination to transform societies. And when they come and tell you we are going to have a conversation, it is a one-way conversation.
It's akin to the fellow who told us that he's in a WhatsApp group with God. You know, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that.
Yes, some kind of prophet also again. Yeah.
But how can you? And I mean, and that's why for me it's very clear that people are saying, for me it's extremely clear that you shouldn't have to question. If you have not taken step 1 and 2, there is no way that you will get to step 9 and 10. And so perhaps what's being said should be seen for what it actually is. Do we have trouble then being able to decipher between what the truth is and what are machinations of somebody who wants to continue being in, political space? And it's not just at the presidential level; it's across board. Yes. We have people who are raising bills in Parliament to stop public streaming of election results. We have people who stand up and say that they're the kingpins of certain areas, and as though it's a God-given right to do so. It just seems as though there is a cabal of madmen.
My starting point will always be with the philosopher René Descartes, who says, I think, therefore I am. Je pense, donc je suis.
Oui.
I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. René Descartes, in fact, philosophers and students of philosophy will tell you, starts by saying, I doubt, therefore I think, therefore I am. And for me to be alive, I must be an interrogating animal. I must be a questioning animal. That I'm not just going to clap on the basis of some verbal ventilation by some individual, no matter what position or office they hold, have got to wait and see, particularly individuals who have got certain kinds of track records of optics, optical illusions, verbal optical illusions, if that is a paradox. But the current leadership in Kenya distinguishes itself for that kind of character, that they are long on promises and short on delivery, and that when they talk about conversations, they are not known to allow Kenyans to think and to contribute to conversation. For example, the House of Parliament is a house of conversation. Do you like the French language? Parliament, parler, to speak. That is the root. If you are to look at the etymology and to establish how parliament has been derived, it's a place where people go to speak, and to speak with open minds, and to make their own determinations and vote on the basis of their conscience. They take an oath of office and hold that which they consider to symbolize sanctity, and they say, I will serve conscientiously. But the president will say, I want this bill to go through, and I would like to see who is going to vote against it. I cannot trust that kind of individual to position a conversation. But maybe he has had his Damascene moment on the road to Damascus. He has seen the light. He's probably going to be thinking and acting differently. In that case, I have got to wait and see. They say in mathematics, QED, quod ed demonstrandum. I've got to wait and see after it has been demonstrated. QED.